Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. Today we're going to discuss this voting process that's taking place tomorrow. As of course you all know that we're on the eve of the election day, and there's a lot that's going on that we're going to discuss. And I couldn't have no one other to discuss this with other than Brother Marcus Muhd. Brother Marcus Muhd, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on, brother. How you doing?
Pretty good. Brother Marcus Muhd of A-Tone Productions. We're getting ready to go in on this upcoming election day, November 3rd, which takes place tomorrow. But prior to that, I just want to read you all something because that I feel is something interesting in the context of what we're talking about. It says, following emancipation, blacks were theoretically equal before the law. Now that is called wordplay. When they say theoretically, meaning, there's you do but you don't. You have but you don't. You're in but you're not in. So it says, following emancipation, blacks were theoretically equal before the law, but it's 2020 and we still saying no justice, no peace. Okay, now it says, including theoretically again, suffrage for black women from 1920. However, in reality, now we get into reality. However, in reality, most black men and women were effectively barred from voting until around from 1870 until the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. So basically saying that blacks have had the right to vote for 55 years. And within that 55 years, we've seen presidents come in, presidents go. But yet, we still have the same cries of no justice, no peace, stop the police brutality. But we have taken some steps further in demanding a dismantle of police or defunding the police due to the current treatment of us who are forging our way, who's fighting our way to become whole citizens, right? So now, November 3rd, 2020, we have an election to where it really states voting for the lesser of two evils. One, as you heard us state on this show, will come out and just outright tell you, I don't like you. One will smile and pretend that they like you, but behind closed doors, don't like you either. So to keep our mind, Brother Mark, so we don't go insane within this process of trying to pick the lesser of two evils, which, I don't understand how you can even do that. But how can we even try to knowledge or bring knowledge to a situation of these two individuals and go in between these two individuals and try to extract some type of good or benefit that will benefit us as a community?
The lesser of two evils. It is what it is, brother. It is what they say it is. The lesser of two evils, I really don't know how people can expect to get more that's just more evil coming from the U.S. government with having to vote for the lesser of two evils. Whether it's going to be evil or lesser evil, it's still evil.
It's still evil.
So, right, so we still talking about evil. So, as U.S. citizens, particularly black people in the U.S., if we call ourselves citizens, we should probably be more concerned about the way to go for ourselves. Like like last year, 4 years ago, or 8 years ago, we should already have been thinking about self-determination.
Right. Exactly. I'm trying to figure. I'm thinking. I'm going over it in my mind. Right. I'm saying, wow. First, we were denied the right to vote, and we were saying, man, it's like put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. We ready to get in the game. And then they finally allow us in the game in 1965. Now we're able to participate in the game. Then we get in the game and we start noticing things about the owners of the game. And then we start noticing things about the coaches. And then we start noticing things about the referee. And then we saying, okay, well, damn, the game is rigged, but okay, we're getting money out of it. But how do we build up a community on these unjust morals? And then how do we smile, grin, and bear it, and in this game? And then how do we ignore what we see and then act like everything is fine? After a while, that plays a toll on your psyche, though, Brother Mark, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And that's why they say, okay, well, we're doing the same thing, hoping for different results, but the one that's dishing out the rules and the one that is in control of the game, they fine with the way things are because they're in the driver's seat. But the passenger getting jerked around like Freddie Gray, throwing around the back of the van, getting tossed around until you're breaking parts of your body, you're breaking your spine, they tossing you around driving, but in their mindset is, well, at least you ain't walking, at least you in the car. And it's like, well, shit, hell, I might be safer if you just put me out and let me walk the rest of the way. You know what I mean?
All right.
Damn. So then it's like, okay, well, I had the opportunity. Some of us have the opportunity to be in the game, and then we see this, right? Then we say, well, you know what, man, I got to go back and warn the rest of my people that, man, this not the game you want to get in, brother. We might want to create our own game, and it'll be more peaceful, and it'll be patterned after our lifestyle, and it'll come from our mindset. Let's go and create our own game, right? But the problem is they say, well, damn, I saw you on TV, and I saw you show up in that fine new car you had. I want one like that. You trying to stop me from getting what you had. It's all a game, and now we start fighting each other, and it gets chaotic. It gets chaotic, and we trying to find a way to mend some of these broken fences, Brother Mark.
It's a game. You got to realize it's a game, bro. A lot of us take it too seriously. Take this politic nation too serious, as if it's going to be something that's going to save us. Because you can tell by the way we vote. If we get scared enough to do this, we'll do that. If we get scared enough to do the other thing, we'll do the other thing. And the one who scares us the most is the one who wins our vote. And then we're satisfied until it gets so hot and hard, it's time to vote again. Now it's time to vote again. And then coaches send a starting lineup out after us and a quarterback to run their play.
Right.
And we get the play ran on us, and then we go back and lay down for a little while, a little longer,
Yeah.
So we don't realize it's a game. We have to first realize it's a game. We have to face the fact that what we're dealing with is a trick that's being played on us.
Mm-hmm.
The lesser of two evils. We didn't ask for that.
Right.
Why in the hell should we even be participating in it, thinking there's something going to come out of it? Yeah. If we can't etch out some sort of benefit from voting for one of these two evils, then getting the game played on us all over again.
That's right.
Nothing's going to change.
That's right. I'm glad you said that too, brother, because that's the entirety of Ice Cube's contract with Black America. Get something out of these lesser two evils, and we put it on paper and hope we can distract some of that out of it. I mean, something. You know what I mean? Let's start with something. You know.
Right, and then Cube did a great job. He's doing a great job. Him and his affiliates, him and his colleagues are doing a great job. But besides that, this one person with this one vote, that's every individual that has a vote, should be thinking the same way, with or without a plan. Like, what am I voting for? And once I vote, whatever the outcome is, what am I going to do? That's the whole point that we're missing.
Right. Well, you're right, brother. Well, it seems like Trump supporters are making it known what they plan on doing, because I'm seeing all these buildings being boarded up, and people saying, they getting ready, and I'm like, what? They talking about how guns are being flying off the shelves now, and ammunition is people buying ammunition. It's like, man, what the hell is going on, bro?
Well, he got the movement. And so the people who are disenfranchised and everybody who sympathizes with something that resembles civility and a degree of kindness don't have the movement. They ain't got the movement. They planned the old game. They planned it 2008 shit. Mm-hmm. That got Trump elected in 2016. The people didn't want Biden, man. People still don't want Biden.
Right.
Let me just go ahead and say that. Right. They're struggling to find a justification, struggling to find a reason to make Biden look like he's somebody that the people really want to vote for. Why are we still talking about us here now on this show and on the media, national media, the lesser of two evils? Nobody asked for Biden.
Right.
So Biden lacks the charisma to handle the likes of a Donald Trump.
Right.
So he's still struggling. We still talking about who gonna win after we witnessed this man for 4 years with this toxic,
right,
value concept,
right,
and policies that back it up,
right. Right, and
we still the day before the election wondering who gonna win.
Right, not sure. Well, that's why Obama is out there campaigning harder than Biden campaigning.
He's shooting hoops, shooting free throws, talking to Ebonics. We ain't heard from Obama in 4 years. Right. Now he come running out, give me the ball, coach,
Right. He going hard for Biden. He really want him in, but I'm thinking Obama might want Biden in, so Obama really will run the show behind the scenes, because he know Biden age and whatnot. So it still might be Obama behind the scenes,
And that's the point, man. Don't nobody want Obama. If we wanted Obama, we would have listened to him and said, all right, we'll vote for Clinton, Hillary. Nobody wanted no more of that shit because it was status quo. Nobody wanted no more of that, man.
Right. So
he can get out there. I mean, why didn't he say this in the last 4 years? He didn't say nothing in the last 4 years. All of a sudden he want to come out right when it's time to start voting. I mean, that's just hypocritical shit, man. Even if we don't know what to call it, we feel it. You know what I mean?
I'm hearing you. Definitely.
The voters know. The people know. Right. Black people damn sure know.
Yeah. But it goes back to our theme. Black folks always felt like we had to settle for the lesser of two evils.
Well, they handed Biden to black people. Yeah. Black people wanted some progress, some progressiveness. To put it in plain language, black people was behind Bernie.
Right.
Obama was too. Did you see how long it took for Obama to come out for Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Obama was talking about Bernie.
Right.
So what needs to happen really is, bro, we need to kind of step back, think about the Democratic convention, And maybe somebody need to go and investigate him, follow the money, see why it all went down, see what's the logic behind Biden as the candidate, as the nominee. What's the logic behind it?
Right. Can't he?
Follow the money. Let's see how much Clyburn got paid.
Right.
To come out there and do that dance he did.
Start crying for him. Right.
Yeah. If somebody actually took the time to just investigate that, we might see it might make sense at least.
Yeah.
Because Biden, I'm getting these B's mixed up. Biden came out of nowhere. Biden himself didn't want to run.
No, he didn't.
I watched the whole thing, man.
Right, he didn't want to run.
I was paying attention to the whole thing.
And Obama even told him, "You don't have to do this, bro." You know, he even warned him about running.
He warned him. I remember he warned him. He said, "Bro, this is, something."
Right.
Bernie was up to the task just like he was in 2016 before Debbie Schwartz knocked him out the box.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason. People needed, if I was a Democrat, and especially if I was a registered Democrat, I would be asking a whole bunch of questions, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, what's going on? Right.
Yeah, what the hell going on?
This is serious here.
Yeah, this ain't about what you want. This is about what these young people really wanted. The young people was fired up.
Right.
Bernie,
Yeah.
Now we got Biden. Everybody just lay down,
Yeah, we got to swallow it. Everybody got to swallow Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trump out here with a revolution.
Yeah, but now let me ask you this since you mentioned Trump. How is Trump at his age, 74, somewhere up in there, hitting 5 different cities in one day, moving around like he moving around, bro?
Oh, he got some good handlers, bro. That's money for you. He ain't got to do nothing but wake up, man. Somebody hand him his outfit and he put the shit on and go outside and start talking. That ain't. Biden the same way, man.
Right.
You see him running up them stairs and shit.
Yeah.
That's because he ain't have to pack his clothes. He had to pack no bags.
And plus, he's trying to show that he's still energetic, though. He got energy.
Right.
This thing is all about a lot of people fail to realize the spiritual or when I say the spiritual aspect behind this thing. You gotta prove that you're energetic. You can't be low energy. You gotta electrify the base. You gotta shock them. You know what I mean? Meaning to wake them up if they dead. You gotta generate the pulse of the people and sway them to come your way. And that's why they're saying that, okay, well, these polls are closer than what you think. And they're saying that most of Trump supporters haven't even voted yet. They're expected to come in droves tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had a prediction, who you think gonna win tomorrow, brother boy?
Man, I'm not. You ain't finna get me. I have no idea, bro.
Me either. I
can't go on record on that one.
I was thinking, I said, well, yeah, it looked like Biden finna landslide this thing, and then what I'm seeing is I'm seeing what's behind the scene. When I'm speaking on energy, right? It's something behind the scene that people are not seeing. And if you heard Trump debating first when he was debating Jeb Bush and Cruz, and he had that whole panel, he was calling all these guys low energy, right? Now, I was putting 2 and 2 together from when the founders was labeling the different aspects of the election process, right? And it all stems around energy and electricity. Who can energize their supporters is get them fired up, and then they become the source that distributes the current of energy to the people, and they draw the people to them. That's always been just like the Pied Piper who could come down the street and play the flute or whatever, and subconsciously people just follow him. They don't know why they follow him, but they say he has that that electricity about himself. He has that energy about himself, right?
Mm.
So by Trump being on TV and being a reality show and whatnot, Trump feel like, look, man, I know how to get this my base and keep them electrified and keep them magnified by me, and they gonna do whatever I say because he knew the art behind it. That's why he stated, man, I can stand on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and won't lose no supporters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like he's proving that because now they saying Trump is starting to lead in some places now, and because he turning on the electricity even he turning up the voltages in the watts even more. Because you would ask yourself, what is it about Trump that these people, it's like Jim Jones, that they can't let him go? What do you think it is about it?
Well, if I'm going to offer my viewpoint, I would say this: fear is more constant than love, and hate is more powerful than love in a country like America, whether we want to admit it or deny it. And so if you want to energize somebody, Trump figured it out, man. Mm-hmm. Trump figured out that all I got to do is wire up these races, and I'll never be without a base. And everybody else who see energy will have to follow suit and fall in line, may even become converts. But as long as I maintain that base with that hate, I always got a following. I always got a... And then, he came from World Wrestling Association.
Right.
And so if you just look at his rallies, and then you just imagine yourself at a wrestling match, come on.
Yeah.
He know how to do that. He know how to do this, man. He played the media to become president because he knew how sorry the media is. He know the media lies constantly as much as he do.
Right. Control.
So all he got to do is play the who lying the most game.
Right.
With the people. He will always have believers in him because the truth is the media is dishonest.
Right. Well,
and all they have to do is recognize that, and then now I'm a believer in Trump.
Right.
But fear is more constant than love. So look at how fast Allah travel than how much faster Allah travel than the truth. Mm-hmm. How much a bad word or a bad idea or a bad story travels than a good story. If you see somebody fail, well, I ain't gonna say you, but look at how people act, man.
Right.
Everybody out there have peers and family members that if they see you fail at something, that's the conversation of the week.
Right.
But if they see you making strides and they see you accomplishing something and they see you do a good deed, you never hear nothing.
Right.
It's just like it's like a bunch of cows looking at you with their eyes bucked, and all you get is moo. Right. You don't get no good job, bro.
Right.
Keep doing what you do, man. Next time you do that, man, I got something to help you.
Oh no.
We're not in community building mentality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We in I just want to get by.
Right. We
mentality.
Facts. We don't see the example of community building. We looking outside of the community for somebody to come in the community and either do it for us or be that example to show us how to do it when it starts in the community. Right.
Well, we want to go outside of the community and get us a few nuts and pack them up and bring them back to where we lay our head down at, and then get up the next day and do it all over again. And every once in a while, when they say holiday time, we spend everything that we got in our pocket, all the little nuts that we got,
right,
and then go back to our place and start it all over again.
Yeah, and right, because the problem is the tree producing so many nuts and nuts falling out on the ground, but you don't go tell your community, hey man, there's a tree over here that's producing plenty nuts. We all can eat. And then maybe, and what they fail to realize is maybe when you tell them that, and then somebody say, well, hold on, we're going to have to learn how to manage all these nuts, so let's put a plan together. And then it starts working from there. You know what I mean? But
yeah, we just squirrels trying to get a nut. We ain't working together.
Right, we ain't working together, bro. And that's the problem.
Yeah, we ain't even in the mind frame of that, you know?
Right. And see, that's why I say that Trump was good for that aspect of the game, because he forced a lot of people to start thinking, damn, you know what, I'm going to have to open this business. I'm going to have to put my best foot forward. I'm going to have to put some money back just in case something going to go wrong. I don't trust Trump and what's going on, so people was being active by proxy. You know.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, people so dependent on the government. It might as well be a socialistic society. People are just so dependent on government. You know, government has failed the population, and that's why you have Trumpism right now.
Right.
That's why you have dumb people willing to do any and everything, even if it's against themselves, to just hear this man talk about crushing the next man.
Right.
You know, that he ain't never had to work a damn day in his life. He ain't never had to struggle for shit.
Man,
you know, got away with everything he did wrong that he ever did, and never had to face any consequences for his actions and deeds. But at the same time, he's your savior when you scratching and fighting and biting and trying to make it.
Right.
You know,
it's ridiculous. The coal miners, still waiting for the coal miners to come back, which he said he'd get rolling. The farmers hurting. And in the midst of all that, you right, walk in the capitalistic society, they hurting. But yet, when it comes down to race baiting, it's like that's what fuels the fire. There's
your answer.
Yeah.
Straight like that. Where's the energy coming from? What is it? Right. You know, it's something there. Yeah. The elephant in the room is racism.
It's racism. You're losing money.
Huh?
I said they losing money. Hurricanes hitting everywhere. You're losing your industry. The coal mines not coming back. All the
fire burning their houses down.
Burning houses down. And
tornadoes sweeping through.
Bro. And
they still down with Trump.
Still with Trump. And because he's spitting racism. And they love it.
They eating it up. And so, let me tell you, the liberals, you know, they beat the hell out of Trump all day, all night long, you know. And he just looked big and mighty and shit. He just Teflon, you know, because all you got to do is keep talking to that base. So, you know, the elephant in the room is that racism.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right. But Mark, it is racism. What you were saying, brother?
Well, the government itself left society defenses against somebody like Donald Trump because of the education and because of the dumbing down of an already dumb population. You can't defend yourself if you don't have the knowledge, and you're not armed with the knowledge, and you have good sense at your disposal to make proper decisions, and you know, think about your children, not just yourself and how mad and angry you are, but think about the future of the country. All that is out the door when you ain't got the right kind of knowledge in your head. And, you know, if the government is responsible for defending its citizens and educating, then you can't really blame the people 100%. But at the same time, people have to be responsible for the lives that the God gave them.
Right.
And the government, because the government didn't birth them into this world.
Right. You're right. It's the parents. The parents have to teach proper education, because some information and knowledge wouldn't be beneficial for the government to put out, let's say, within their teachers' curriculum, because once you start getting down into the origin of things, you start seeing black people as far as inventors and as far as first colleges and as far as geometry and whatnot. So they got to be careful and just put out Columbus discovered America and what the Europeans accomplished when they came to the Americas. So they win a thin line, bro. They can't even they locked. They hands bound because they can't freely teach true chemistry, and because it started getting into who were the originators, and then it goes against the lie that they've been at home telling their children.
You're right. That's right, brother. Sooner or later, it's going to get down to where it all originated from, and that ruins the whole concept of the United States of America and freedom of the brave, except the black people. But even besides that, they don't teach in schools how to have a bank account.
No.
They don't teach you how to farm a fertile land to produce food out of the ground. And you have to make it to college and go into debt trying to have a college degree in order to even see these courses. And then by the time you get there, you just want to party.
Right.
It's America.
Yeah.
Guitars and bikinis.
Right. You want to emulate what you see on TV about college life.
Yeah. I mean, but by the time you get to college, you should already know these fundamentals of existence. But it's not there in a high school classroom. It's BS. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying how can we survive as a nation if proper education is not there, meaning going forth in the future?
That's what I'm saying. Look at China. Look at other developed nations of the world that's running laps around America educational-wise. Check it out, man. We can look up the stats and see how dumb America is, man. All we got over here is a big gun.
Mm.
Saying, hey, don't charge me for the shit I do. Don't ask me for the money I owe. Don't accuse me of doing what you do. Attacking my citizens because my citizens want to speak out and going into paramilitary law enforcement. Don't charge me for that. Even though we killed your leaders and your presidents for that. Don't come over here with that. Why? Because we got a gun. We got a big one. We got a big gun. Mm. Not because we moral, that we right, or not because we have what you call it, the American dream for you. Not because you got opportunities everywhere over here and everything is so cordial. But see, we got a gun. So just act like we do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Yeah. They say
but we dumb. It's a dumb country.
Yeah. They say the dollar not backed by gold or silver no more. It's backed by bullets.
That's it. Yeah. It's a dumb country, man. It's a dumb country, bro. Why else would people run after somebody like Trump? Trump know better, man. Trump, he don't want you. He don't care if you think he's dumb and stupid. He's not going to start talking sense to you because his base is not going to be attracted to that.
Right.
He's not concerned about what you think about him or if you believe in him, what you like what he's saying or how he's saying it. He's only concerned with keeping his base satisfied.
Mm-hmm. And so that was the image of his base outside of Austin, Texas, headed towards Fort Worth, and that campaign bus of his base on them pickup trucks, like they hooping and hollering, trying to run down the campaign bus.
Yeah.
That's the image.
And punk Biden out from coming down here,
Yeah.
Punk Biden. How Biden want to lead the world in this country, but he can't even show up in Texas for his campaign because he get ran off the road by Trump. I mean, you know, come on.
And pick up.
That's just weak, huh?
And pickup truck screaming, "Hee haw!"
Yeah, he not even in the damn van, but he won't show up to do his campaign. Okay, stay where you at, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's the image of the Trump follower. Hey, man, these Trump. See, these Trump followers crazy. I better board up y'all businesses. They finna act up. You know, when black folks talking about protesting and no justice, no peace, we've been hollering that for years. We gonna act up. Okay, we gonna get y'all this time. And they like, yeah, right. But when Trump followers make a threat, they take it serious.
At the same time, they riding down the highway, running Biden off the highway with some trucks. They, on the other side of the country, pepper spraying voters.
Yeah.
Just marching to the voting polls. You know what I'm saying?
You can't write this,
spraying them.
Yeah, you can't write this no better than that, man.
You can't write it, man.
You
can't write it.
It's playing out.
It's a dumb country, man.
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, I know. I've seen some of the Trump supporters being interviewed, and you know they was like, "Well, COVID. People actually dying for COVID. Oh, it's a government hoax. They just saying that to mess Trump up." And they're like, "Nah, have you been watching the league? I don't believe it on the news because it's fake news." It's like, oh, you know, what can you do?
Make up something.
What can you do with that? You know,
nothing.
And you know, I would say that can't do nothing with that, bro. And then Biden supporters, they actually know what's going on, but they trapped in religion, so it restricts them. They imprisoned by religion, which snuffs out their voice to speak out against what they see. They're afraid to come up against it, you know. So they docile, and then after you be docile for so long, you become non-effective, and you're right. This is where we at.
Yeah, well, you know, they see Biden as a man that's going to come in there and bring in a whole bunch of skinny jeans and niggas wearing dresses, and you know, and that type of, and then you know, abortion, and they see Biden as this type of person. He losing those voters, people who would vote against that. Is voting for Trump or just not voting at all.
Right.
You know, it's just so many different ways that Biden should have never been the candidate if they were really trying to beat Trump. That it almost makes me think that he was put out there just to sway people to Trump because he is the exact wrong person. I mean, he got a history of being a little too, forward with women. I'm just going to say it like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, he got problems. He had been having problems. This dude locked up thousands of people. Then he go and get her as his vice president, another jailer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's just something wrong with these people. I know they could be just as dumb as the society is and really believe what they're doing. You know, it's possible that they are that. This is straight idiocracy, you know. Ooh. But after everybody vote and elect who they want to elect, and the people who really make kings come in and select, what the hell are the people going to do after that?
Right. Or maybe, and it seems like maybe the people are waking up and becoming more enlightened than the ones that's supposed to be running the show.
You're right, but the ones that's running the show got the pen.
Yeah, that's the problem. See, and that's where, and the whole purpose of us having shows like this, Brother Mark, is to put it out front where people can look at it so they can make wise decisions, because you and I both know the outcome in the future if these things don't get settled while it's at this stage. You know, because what will happen is you're trying to suppress a people who now are enlightened, who see what's going on. And after a while, that's going to cause friction to a point to where it becomes a powder keg and so on and so forth. So, even though we jovial and have fun on the show, we know the severity of these times that we living in right now and what it could spark. And you see in the writing on the walls, I'm talking to elderly people who's telling me that in their lifetime they never seen, what's going on today as far as during a presidential election where one candidate saying that they might not concede. It's just they've seen the fighting, for the right to vote and Mississippi burning and the racism behind it, but the decorum of two candidates that's running to be the leader of the free world, as they call it. It was like, this it's not adding up. But I'm saying that to say it goes with what you're saying, that the people are being dumbed down so much to where it will produce what we're looking at today.
Right.
Wow.
Biden is a joke, bro. I mean, it's just nowhere. I can't get over how much of a joke. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not a Trump voter. I'm not a Trump follower or supporter. Man, but Biden is a joke, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel just bad about it, man, because my people are just all caught up in this Democratic Biden, just anybody but Trump thing. And Biden is not it, man.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But, and he already getting ready to dump the people even before the election is over with.
Yeah.
Black people.
Yeah, well, I think
they ran back to Pennsylvania.
Right.
And already made a statement like, hey, whatever happens, happens. And
yeah.
I'm going to finish where I started off at. And, this is West Pennsylvania.
Right.
This is if I'm going to win, it's going to be because of West Pennsylvania. This is my base. But wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Who got? Hey, you wasn't even
exactly. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. If it
now Trump over here saying this is my base, and he served his base the whole 4 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Only thing I see about this lesser two evils thing is that this evil one just had 4 years as the president, and this evil one over here had 47 years in Washington.
Yeah,
which one is less? I don't know even really, but at least this one over here claimed his base.
Well, then that's the thing. We want Biden to recognize that black folks are his base,
and he won't. He just like, hey, if you don't know who to vote for, you ain't black. Right. That type of shit.
Right now,
well, who you fucking talking to, man?
Right.
And we so weak, we can't even say that, man. Who you think you talking to, man? Now you want to tell me again who you want me to be instead of you just being honest about who my identity.
Right.
It's bad enough I'm walking around in your name.
Right.
How you gonna talk to me like that?
Right.
We don't have that in mind,
Right. Well, we don't. Right. We don't. Because it's the statement, as you said on the previous show, it's that Lazarus syndrome. You don't have to sit and beg for the crumb for his table when you running the table.
Right.
You call the shots. He's sitting at your table. You own the table. He at your table. You probably even prepared the meal, but you asking for his crumb.
Right.
It's not adding up. Hell, he wouldn't be where he at if it wasn't for black people or the Rem Clyburn, whatever.
Yeah.
But he don't recognize that, or he won't claim us as his base.
Right.
Because we know that he knows though that we'll say, okay, we know that we're your base. We want the same energy that Trump put into his base. We want you to put that into us.
We want you to serve our interests, just like Trump will go all out of his way to serve his constituents' interests.
Right.
And he don't take no excuses. He don't accept no. He'll run you all the way to Supreme Court, arguing with the damn judge, and get on Twitter and cuss the judge out for his constituents. What did Obama do?
Yeah.
I can't do this because I can't do that. The Republic, don't nobody need no more. Who need 4 more years of that weak ass? You won't know 4 more years of that, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we passed that.
We can't afford that, man.
Right. Black folk really is past that. That's why you don't hear a lot of black people just really energetic behind biting. And because, see what we're doing, we're putting words to it. People see it, they just couldn't put the words to it. But the whole thing is, we not convinced that Biden would claim the black community as his base. But we know that the black community actually is a Democratic base. That's why you're right. And that's why Trump said, man, you've been there 47 years, you ain't doing nothing for black folks. You don't see them as your base. You don't even give a damn about them.
No.
I show you how you take care of your base. And Trump base, they're ready to fight for him.
They running up in the courthouse with their guns. They trying to kidnap governors. That's what you call support for support. They down. Yeah, that is a movement. Yeah, that's a movement. And you can't beat nothing like that with no weak,
Yeah, you can't, man. And it's and hold on, Mark. I gotta put this in context though, Mark, real quick, because I know you. You know what I mean? And for the elderly and people that listens to this show, we not trying to frighten you. Don't be afraid. Because it takes a lot of courage to come out your shell, right? And then once you come out your shell, you got to put your foot on solid ground to where you're secure within yourself. And if you're not ready to be secure within yourself, I understand that. But the truth in the situation has to be put on the table for everybody's own good sake. I just had to put that.
Yes, sir.
Because, man, bro, this is, when you put that mirror up to people's faces and force them to look, it takes some so afraid. They gotta draw up so much courage just to even open their eyes and just take a quick blink, because they've been beat down so much, they're afraid. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And when they hear power, they love it. Then they gotta check themselves to be like, well, can I exemplify that type of power within me? And hell yeah, you can. You can. Yeah.
If somebody roared at me, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody roared at me, and I wouldn't know how to roar unless that man roared at me.
That's right. Come on.
And that's how baby lions learn how to grow up and beating big lions. And I'm trying to be a big lion because we own the damn kingdom.
Come on.
Look at the Sphinx out there in the desert, man. Where the pyramid is. Abu Kaul.
Come on.
The black man is the father of everything, brother.
Everything.
And they left that there just so we would be reminded this day, right here today, election eve, that the black man is the ruler of everything.
Everything.
And so, they went and blew the nose off the thing. So, try to minimize the effect of it and all that stuff. Well, we know what that is.
Right.
They still can't build another pyramid.
That's right. You can't. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Well, it's nothing to be afraid of.
Right. That's right.
Nothing.
The God is real.
The God is real, and the God is in you. So what you afraid of?
Right. There you go. Come on. See, words of encouragement right here on Verbal Freak Radio. That's right. So no matter the outcome tomorrow on this election eve, steadfast, man. We don't know. I mean, it might be some craziness. It might not. We don't know. But what we do know is it's better days ahead if we unite and create them.
That's right.
Yeah. So
that's right.
Yes, sir. What you saying, Brother Mark?
I'm bearing witness, brother. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Stop looking up in the sky. Stop closing your eyes, hoping for a magic trick to take place. When the people asked Jesus, "Where is the kingdom of heaven?" Jesus said, "Hey, The kingdom of heaven is in you.
In you. That's right.
Huh?
Yeah, that's where it's at.
You a king. You need a kingdom. That's what got to happen.
It got to happen, man.
You got to get it up out yourself. You got to do it. You got to make it happen. It's in you.
That's right. You got to pull it out. Pull it out.
Hey, but that makes it easy though. You ain't got to take it from nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to look for it.
Come on.
It's right there in you.
It's in you. Yeah. You got to look within yourself. Yeah. You ain't got to be looking across over at somebody else and see what they doing, and so you pull it right out of you and build yours.
That's the old way of doing it.
That's right.
Ransacking somebody else's land and poisoning them and smallpoxing and that's the old way of doing it, man.
That's the European way, because that's what they did. You know, the Visigoths and the Norsemen and the Huns, and that was how they got down in their tribes within their land. They just brought that ideology with them when they conquered this land.
Right, it was time for that. They had their time to do that.
Right.
They were allowed that. But now that time is over, Now it's time for the rightful owners to take the rightful place in the rightful way. Right. And it starts with the knowledge, the right knowledge in your head.
That's right.
People are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, and people will rebuild the wasted cities with the knowledge, the new knowledge that's on the scene.
Yeah. Well said, brother. That's well said. Look, for all of you mail-in ballot, those who participated and mailed in their ballots to be counted, those who voted online, and those who early voted, you're ahead of the game, because standing in line tomorrow, getting your vote in, who knows?
Huh?
But still got to do what you got to do, man.
Ain't it funny that you're going to be forced to go to battle one way or the other, any damn way, whether you like it or not? Scared or not. Still going to have to fight.
Still got to fight.
Don't run from fights, man.
Yeah, we trying to turn the other cheek. We trying to give the slave master. Yeah.
In that fight is your blessing.
Yeah. Because you
got to be running to the damn fight, because in that fight is your blessing.
Your blessing. Plus, you learn something about your enemy when you fight them back.
There go the blessing.
Come on.
Knowledge of self. You feel me?
Yeah. Come on, yes sir. Yes, sir.
Don't run from no fight, man.
Don't run from no fight, but and yeah. And brother Mark, we gonna pick this up tomorrow, brother.
Yes, sir.
We gonna pick this up tomorrow during the election, after the election, and the only reason I want to do this, so those that's listening, y'all can, I know y'all feel safe with us and y'all can ride the rest of the way with us. We gonna take you on home. You gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. All right.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Verbal Creek Radio. We out.